your
Vibhava,
opulences,
Kalu,
indeed, Bhagavan, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, Jagat, of the cosmic manifestation, Udhaya, the creation, Sthiti, maintenance, Laya Adhini, dissolution, and so on. Vishwashrija, the creators of the manifested world. They, Amsa Angshaha, parts of your plenary portion. Tatra, in that. Mrisha, in wane. Shpadanti, rival one another. Rita, of separateness. Abhimatya, by false conception. Translation. My dear Lord, the cosmic manifestation and its creation, maintenance and annihilation are all but your opulences. Since Lord Brahma and the other creators are nothing but small portions of you, their partial power to create does not make them God, Ishvara. Their consciousness of themselves as separate lords, is therefore merely false prestige. It is not valid. Purport. A devotee who has fully surrendered to the lotus feet of the Lord knows very well that the creative energy of the living entities, from Lord Brahma down to a small ant, exists because the living entities are parts and parcels of the Lord. In Bhagavad Gita 15:7, the Lord says, the living entities in this conditional world are my eternal fragmental parts. The living entities are nothing but very small portions of the Supreme Spirit, like sparks of fire. Because they are part of the Supreme, they have creative quality in a very minute quantity. The so-called scientists of the modern materialistic world are proud because they have created modern facilities like great airplanes. But the credit for creating the airplanes should go to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, not to the scientists who have invented or created the so-called wonderful products. The first consideration is the intelligence of the scientist. One must be elevated by the dictation of the Supreme Lord, who says in Bhagavad Gita 15:15, from me come remembrance, knowledge and forgetfulness. Because the Supreme Lord, as Supersoul, sits within the court of every living entity's heart, the dictation by which one advances in scientific knowledge or creative faculties comes from him. Furthermore, the ingredients to manufacture wonderful machines like airplanes are also supplied by the Lord, not by the scientist. Before the airplane was created, its ingredients already existed, having been caused by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But when the manifested creation of the airplane is ruined, the remaining debris is a problem for the so-called creators. Another example is that the West is creating many automobiles. The ingredients for these cars are supplied, of course, by the Supreme Lord, and the intelligence for the so-called creation is also supplied by the Lord. Ultimately, when the cars are demolished, the so-called creators are faced with the problem of what to do with their ingredients. The actual creator, the original creator, is this personality of Godhead. Only in the interim does someone create something with intelligence supplied by the Lord, and later the creation again becomes a problem. Therefore, the so-called creator is not to be credited with the act of creation. The only credit goes to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is rightly stated herein that the credit for all the opulences of creation, maintenance and annihilation belongs to Krishna, the Supreme Lord, not to the living entities. Om Jnana Timurandasya Jnananya Shakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripasindhubhyeva cha Patitanam Bhavebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Caitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasari Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Tava Vibhava Kalu Bhagavan Jagat Udhaya Stiti Layatini Vishvashrishchashchim Samsas Tata Vishas Patanti Pritak Abhimatya. My dear Lord, this cosmic manifestation and its creation, maintenance and annihilation are all but your opulences. Since Lord Brahma and the other creators are nothing but small portions of you, their partial power to create does not make them God, Ishvara. Their consciousness of themselves as separate lords is therefore merely false prestige. It is not valid. So we are not the doer of our activities. Everything is being taken care of by Krishna. Everything. So notion or something we heard many times before, but very, very difficult to realize. We see it again and again. We do activities, and we all think I did this, and I do this, and I'm playing this, but it's not us at all. The only reason, like the soul is sitting in there and having a desire, and we in our conditioned mind might have a desire, and then the whole machinery starts working. But we don't know. I don't really know what I'm doing here. What am I doing? How am I getting all these wires in here to move in this direction and this direction so that I can do all these things? I don't know. So all this is taken care of by Krishna and Krishna's empowered servants. So Prakriti Kriyamanani Gunai Karmani Visarvasaha Ahankara Vimudadma Kataham Itimanati. Kataham. I'm a doer. Itimanati. Only by Ahankara, by false ego, and Prabhupada says by the material energy. Only by the material energy do we become Prakriti Kriyamanani Gunai Karmani Visarvasaha. Bewildered by the material energy and think, I'm the doer. Prakriti Kriyamanani, I'm controlling the energy. So we are not. Krishna is the controller. But all living entities in the universe, all the way up to Brahma, are influenced by this illusory energy. Everyone. So very, very difficult, Daivi economy, very, very difficult to break this energy, this power of the Lord that keeps us in the delusion, makes us identify with matter. Yasha mohito jiva atmanam trigunatmakam. Paropi manotenatam tatkatam jabipachati. Bhagavatam says that Yasha mohito jiva, the living entity is a mohito, he's bewildered. Jiva, Yasha mohito jiva. Atmanam trigunatmakam. How is he bewildered? Atmanam trigunatmakam. He's identifying with the three trigunatmakams, three qualities, three dhatus. And Atma thinks this is me. Atmanam Trigunatmakam. Paropi manote natam. Paropi, in spite of being para, transcendental. Paropi manote anatam. Manote, he thinks. Tatkitam chavipachati. So many things I have done. Anatam. And for this reason he has to undergo so many problems, so much suffering. So the reason for all our sufferings, all our problems is this one problem. We are identifying with matter and we think, I'm the controller of this. So even as we hear, even the great creators like Brahma is influenced by this potency of the Lord. So, and we hear it so many times in Shastras. Indra becomes bewildered and fall down from his position because he makes offenses, and he comes and he is trying to destroy all of Vrindavan. Just by the way, here we see the extreme mercy of Krishna. Imagine somebody came in here and started like throwing around things and smashing the devotees and putting fire here and there. What would we do? Immediately, if we could beat him up, we would do it very severely. Right? Immediately, call the police and arrest him. But Krishna, what did he do? No, you're forgiven. And it was not just a person coming in and ruin a room. He was trying to kill all the cows of Vrindavan, all the cowherd boys, all the cows, Krishna's father and mother. He was trying to destroy Vrindavan. And Krishna says, okay, I forgive you. Don't do it. Please don't do it again. So this all-merciful Lord, he's constantly trying. And that's why we have all these pastimes, showing us how to break this illusion. How to get out, how to get out, see behind the reflection, see the real thing, how to break the illusion, how to open our eyes. That's really the glorious of the spiritual master of Guru Parampara, ultimately of Srila Prabhupada. They have opened our eyes. Sometimes maybe they're still a little closed, but at least somewhat they're open. We have seen to some degree. Now we need to see it constantly. And when we see it constantly, we can easily give it to others. We can break the illusion up there, the whole Matrix movie-like illusion, that they think this is me. Actually, it's not. I didn't want to get into this movie, but in one sense, it's a fantastic movie. They're lying there in like cocoons, just lying there being completely unconscious. And that is practically what we are doing. In our original state, we are somewhat like unconscious state. And then these machineries, they're walking around and we think it's us. Of course, we are in the machinery, but that person is very corporate. It's the soul that gives life to the body, but there's very little like awareness of the soul. So more or less, it's just the mind. In materialistic persons and many times also in us, unfortunately, it's just the mind working. It's not really the soul working inside. It's not really the soul that is. We are not really contacting with ourselves. There's no contact to some degree. It's only going through the mind because this pure thoughts of the soul that is constantly there, and Krishna sitting there dictating the soul. Now you do this. Now you do this. Now you do this. Now you think like this. Now you do like this. It's just filtered out by mind. And then it comes to the mind, and then the mind says, "Oh, I have all these desires." So this is like a computer that just comes with all these, I have this desire, I have this, I want a house, I want a girlfriend, I want this, I want this. Please give me illusion. Please substantiate or make it solid, this illusion. Make it solid, make it so that I can't get out. And that's actually what it is. People, and also to some degree we, are saying, begging Krishna, please allow me to stay in illusion. Not with our words. People out there doing it with their words and all their activities. But we are doing it only with our activities. Not wanting to break out. I just want to stay here in my cocoon and being somewhat comfortable. But that's not comfortable. It's not comfortable to be in this position, being like this being in illusion, being sleeping, Jeev Jago. That's why all our acharyas, they're saying this, Jeev Jago, wake up, sleeping souls. Where are you sleeping? In the lap of Maya, the witch Maya. That's where you're sleeping. Not a pleasant sleep. Not a pleasant rest. Constantly torturing. So it's not a dream, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare we're in the middle of. And we can easily break it if we have that full determination. That's what it takes. Easily break it. What Krishna is saying, the same words like using very easily. Ikni Okam, by full surrender. But if we all the time wants to flirt a little with Maya, flirt a little bit with the gunas, this body consists of the gunas. If we constantly want to flirt with these things, then Maya keeps us. Because that's what we are saying. Not with our words, but with our actions. We are saying, Krishna keeps me in illusion. Please keep me here. I'm fine. So Krishna fulfills that desire also. So what is he teaching us? To stop desiring what is wrong for us, what is bad for us, what is violating our own pure Satchidananda. So Krishna is just waiting until we say, okay, now I have it. I tried so many ways, so many lifetimes, so many planetary systems, Brahmanda, Brahmate, Kona, Bhakti, and Jiva, Guru Krishna, Prasada, Bhaya, Bhakti, Vada, Vidya, and traveling all over Brahmanda, all over the earth, Brahmanda, Brahmate, Kona, Bhakti, and Jiva. But one person becomes very, very fortunate if he takes this decision to listen very exactly from the spiritual master and follow his instructions. Very difficult to follow the instructions. Very difficult. It's easy to get up every morning early, easy. Easy to take a cold shower, easy. Easy to chant 16 rounds of Hare Krishna, easy. Easy to eat only prasadam, easy. Easy to serve Krishna throughout the day, easy. Easy to go to Gaura Arati, easy. What is the difficulty?
Doing it consciously, being aware of Krishna.
Yeah, very good. Being aware. Doing it with the whole existence. Not just going through the motions, notions, or whatever. But be there. So that's the difficulty. Be present. Be in the now, as this old mundane New Age singer saying. Be in the now, but we should be in the now. It's all that exists. Nothing else. You know? In one sense, past doesn't really exist. The future doesn't really exist to some degree. What is here now is reality. Because we don't know what the future brings. So that is like, of course, Krishna's future is eternal. You say? Everything about Krishna is eternal, even the past, nothing like really, because Krishna can travel in time. We cannot. So what is behind us? Nonsense is over. Done, been there, done that. Now we should just focus on what is coming. Even the so-called good things we made, even the devotional service we made, yeah, that was then. What is now? That's what is important. We should learn from the past, but we should not dwell in it. And we should have an eye on the future, we shouldn't be out there. We should be here. Right now, how Krishna conscious am I in this second? Why am I not Krishna conscious? This is how we should constantly think. Why am I not Krishna conscious now? What am I doing wrong? So what would be the consequence? If you think like that, all of a sudden we all do. We all experience many times throughout the day, hey, I was not thinking anything about Krishna now. The mind was just going. What was wrong? We can immediately say, okay, I wasn't chanting, I wasn't listening to guitar, I wasn't meditating on guitar, I was in mind. So do I want to be in mind? No, I don't want to be in mind. So how can I counteract it? By constant chanting, constant remembrance, constant hearing. Nityam bhagavata sevaya. Nityam bhagavata sevaya. Nityam, it has to be nityam. Otherwise no nishta. Then it will still be an anatmaniriti at best. So just to read the steady platform, nityam bhagavata, nityam, how to pronounce this in one time. Nityam means eternal, constant, means all the what? Time. Nityam, yep. Eternally, constantly, all the time. So that should be the future. When we have a view on the future, my future is to nityam bhagavata sevaya, constantly hearing Bhagavatam, constantly chanting Hare Krishna. That's my future. That's what I'm looking for. Because that's where Krishna is. And then our future is back at Krishna. But what are they doing there? Constantly talking about Krishna. Constantly talking Bhagavatam. Real Bhagavatam. Constantly being absorbed in love with Krishna. Constantly. So how can we break this illusory energy? Because everything is Krishna's energy. Parasya Shakti Vividaya Shriti. Everything that in existence is Krishna's energy. You just have so many Parasya Shakti Vividaya Shriti. But as we know, it's just the Parashakti. It's actually, in one sense, it's only the Parashakti. But that Parashakti divided into many Vibhavas and Parabhavas and stuff. Right, where everything just becomes divided, so that these energies takes care of everything that is there in creation, both in the spiritual creation and the material creation. So everything is taken care of by these energies. And these energies are giving empowerment to persons. There you see these energies are influencing the persons all the way up to Brahman, all the way down to an ant. All of living entities, all jivas, are influenced by Krishna's energies, and that's why what they're doing. Madhuri asked a question yesterday in the Sunday feast lecture. What is it that make people, more or less it was, what does make people act sinfully? Huh? Is it their karma? What is it? I don't think really Prabhu he gave an answer, real answer to it. But it is karma, but it's more than that. What is the other factor? It's not just karma, is it?
Karma or karma?
Karma.
It's karma.
Yeah, but that's, you can say that's even part of the karma.
Envy?
Yeah, envy.
Yeah, envy is a question. Why
Yeah.
should he be in the center? It can be me.
So that's the thing, right? Due to wrong desires. And the interesting thing, because that was to some degree what the lecture was about. But it's really just having the wrong desires. He mentioned that. You can't choose if you want to have desires or not. You can just choose if you want to have right desires or wrong desires. So that's the answer. It is karma because of wrong desires. But it's so good because karma can be changed. Out of the 5 topics in Bhagavad Gita, karma can be changed. How do we change karma? By desire. Stop being in this. Stop being in this. Immediately karma is changed. It's actually taken away. It's removed. Yani kani chavapani, brahmana champani. Even killing a brahmana is taken away if it's fully surrendered to Krishna. Nothing can be worse than that, actually. But even that, Krishna put it on the high or on the top, take like the worst sin, and it says even that just walking around Tulsi. But is it just walking around Tulsi? It's walking around Tulsi with in the right mood, with the right consciousness. Then it works. If you're walking around Tulsi, we can walk a marathon around Tulsi, and we won't be relieved from our sins. We can bathe 100 times in the Ganges, in Yamuna, thousands of times. Won't help. Some will make advancement, but it won't take away all the problem. Because it's all depends, and we can chant Hare Krishna. We can serve the deities. It all depends on the consciousness of which it's done. Krishna says, Patram pushpam flandayam yomi bhakta prajati. Just give me a leaf, give me a flower, give me a fruit. So Krishna, like a leaf, flower, fruit, water. It's not really the items there, it's the bhakti. That's why Krishna mentioned bhakti twice in this verse. That's really what is important. It should be done with the right consciousness. What is the right consciousness? Krishna makes clear bhakti.
Krishna makes
clear bhakti. Devotional service, as Prabhupada would translate it. So then, instead of being under, because ultimately Krishna has his Parashakti, and again they are dividing. And they're dividing into the Jiva Shakti and the Maya Shakti and the Chit Shakti. So the Chit Shakti is everything that, ultimately everything that's taken care of in the spiritual world is by the Chit Shakti. And then again, of course, Chit Shakti divide and goes into other Latini, Samvit and Sandini and like that. But otherwise, it's this whole energy. And we are, of course, the Jiva Shakti. So that's also Krishna's energy. We are energy of Krishna. We are Krishnas. We are Krishnized, or we are parts and parcels, as Prabhupada says here, we are parts and parcels of Krishna. We are godly. But because we have free will in this, we have chosen not to be with Krishna, but we want to be in Bahayanga Shakti. We want to be in the Maya Shakti. We want to be in the external energy. So of course, because we originally belong to the Chit Shakti, we can easily go back. Actually, it's the most easy thing. But it's just due to wrong desires. So now these desires have become, from lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes, become stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. And that's where these gunas are bound. Guna means rope. So that's where they bind us. Each time you have a desire, like in the brain, when the brain is developed, still actually, the more you think like all these ropes, small wires goes in the brain and make connections. So you connect this to this, and then there's all these wires. This is how the brain is built up. From child, you don't know much. So gradually you don't know how to connect this with this. You don't know how to walk and how the whole locomotive parts are working. But gradually, by doing and acting, all these things are going in the brain. All these wires are just. So in the same way, the modes of material nature, right? You just wire there and a wire there and a wire there and a rope here and a notch here. And that's why Bhagavatam says after all these words, one must cut the knots. One must cut the knots. He can see things clearly. But on the haven't, hasn't. He cannot. He cannot. So we need to cut. We need to cut the knots, strong knots in the heart that separates us from Krishna. That makes us still identify with matter. And it can only be done by constant Krishna Caitanya. Constant. Very difficult. We should try sometimes to examine ourselves when we take prasadam. Because that's when, then that's just, you don't think much, you just eat, and you take morning prasadam, so just, things just comes out, what is there. Try to see how many Krishnas are mentioned. How many times are we really talking about what was there in the Bhagavatam in this week? How much attention do we really do to all our activities? I was thinking, practically every time when I've been away, just to mention that, when I've been away for some time, I come back and I normally give Prabhupada the book. It's on a complete different page, many verses back. So we open the book, give Prabhupada the book, but it doesn't even think, maybe I should check if it's the same verse. So that's unconscious. Like, it's Prabhupada. It's not a statue. But if you treat him like that, he will react like that. If you treat Sri Ganesh like that, then it's just energy. It's just matter. Bhumi apana lovayo kamano buddhi. That's what they're made from. But no, there's supreme jivas in the energy all the time. Very elevated jivas in the energy of Bhava. So to break the illusion is not easy, but it's doable. Definitely doable if we get the mercy of these persons. Definitely doable. It's actually meant to happen. But how to get the mercy? Only by sadhanagati. That's what sadhanagati. Only by sadhanagati do we get the mercy of these persons. Full surrender. So the process is there, but we cannot at any point relax. We are so deep in the middle of the ocean, deep underwater. We need to swim. If we want to get air, we need to get up there. That is our position. We need to get up there, stick our head up and take a deep breath, and then we struggle to come back. But first we need to breathe. Then we can. So that's really what it is. Jiv Java. We have to get out of this complacencies. We need to be fighters. We need to be spiritual warriors, as Bhakti Tirtha is saying. We need to come to the point where it says, no more of this. Brahma is an illusion. I don't want to do it. Everyone in this material world is an illusion. I want to get out. To help myself and to help everyone else. That's the potency. Immediately we are free. When we are free from the ropes, we can untie so many others. Just by telling them, this is what you should do. And they will listen. That's what we see in Srila Prabhupada. They would listen because Prabhupada had this Shakti. He was free. What we are saying, but you're not free. Right? Why should I? How should I feel myself? You're not free. How will you help me? Everybody's looking for Guru. Everyone is looking for Guru. Ultimately, everyone is looking for Sadguru. But everyone is looking for Guru. So we need to become that. Yara Degatala Kala Krishna Padis. Amara Kala Guru Hanataya Padis. We need to become that Guru. And then, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, liberate the whole land. Liberate the whole country. And when we liberated this country, go to the next. When we liberated this universe, let's go to the next. So thank you very much. Any comments or questions?
I have this problem very much when we are preaching and distribute books. Often we don't talk directly about Krishna, but we talk about like some interesting philosophy that they might seem